I got the volume 21 of the Trendmood box and I have tried most of the items in here, and I wanted to give you guys some quick reviews because it does include one of ABH's latest releases. So if that's of interest to you, just keep on watching. Hey guys, welcome back to SheriApproved. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new, welcome, and if you're already a part of the SheriApproved family, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. My name is Sheri. I am a licensed skincare consultant, but I am a beauty junkie, a skincare junkie. I love all things skincare, makeup, self-care, you know, all that jazz. And while skincare is my passion, from time to time I will review other items that I have tried, and I wanted to do one of those videos for you guys today. So earlier this year, I believe I purchased my first Trendmood box. For those of you that follow me on social media for the last few years, you guys know that for many years I was completely into subscription boxes. In fact, subscription boxes really allowed my collection of beauty products to grow, both makeup and skincare, and I really got to try a whole lot of different formulas at a reduced price. But eventually that became clutter. It was just too much. I was gifting most of the things that I was getting, and then the last straw, the thing that made the decision for me, was because I was really loving BoxyCharm the most, and then BoxyCharm and Ipsy merged, and there was a price increase and a price change, and I was like, you know what, this just doesn't make sense. So I stopped all my subscription boxes. Now Trendmood is a little bit different. It's not a subscription box where you prepay and you get a box every month or every other month. What happens is that they curate either items that might be trending or new products, different things that they are probably working with, promoting with brands, I don't know, and they put it together in a box, but you get a preview of everything that's in the box, and then you can decide whether or not you want to purchase. So earlier this year they had a box that was really interesting to me, and I did purchase that. I quite enjoyed that box and the value was really good. So when they brought out their preview in October, and that's the next thing, it's not like if they do a box like every month or every 2 months. It can happen like very randomly. So when I did see the one that they previewed for October, I saw the Anastasia Beverly Hills fall palette inside there, and I was like, yes, this is absolutely going to be worth it, because the price of the box is already a discount off that palette. Plus I know that I'll be getting a whole bunch of other things, so I already knew that the box would have value for me. Did any of you pick it up? And by the way, did you see their release of the November box? I already purchased mine and it's on the way. I'm so excited because that one has one of the Marik's latest releases. Just for you to have an idea, like, this is the size of the box that everything came in. One of the things I love about the box is that when you open it, there's bubble wrap and there's paper, so everything is nicely secured. My palette and the other products, there's no damage. Knock on wood, hopefully that continues, because my box would have come quite a long way. Just so you have an idea, I think the box was $48 US, and if you do sign up for early access, they will sometimes have a code for you to get 5% off and so on. So I did get the 5% off as well, so that helps a little bit. But let me talk about what most of you are probably watching to find out about, and that's this. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Fall Romance palette. I remember when I saw the sneak peek of this first on Trendmood weeks ago, I was like, wow, I loved the color story. I felt that it was very deep, very jewel tone, but of course, I guess in line with the theme of fall and winter coming and the colors and all of that. But I also found that it looked like a palette that would be beautiful on melanin skin. And guys, this did not disappoint me at all. So we do have the packaging that we're accustomed to in terms of what kind of material is this? Like the felt packaging of the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. There is a mirror, but I don't want to blind you. But of course, just like in the last palette, the green palette, what was the name of that? Can't remember, but I purchased that one as well. These new palettes are not coming with the dual-ended brush, but you are getting in this palette 12 shades. Now, I want you to keep in mind that because of the lights and so on with filming, it is going to wash out how this looks on camera. So I'm going to include a clip for you to see like what this looks like in real. The colors are so stunning, and I will also include swatches for you. Just to let you know what ABH says about this palette is that it contains 12 seductive jewel tone metallic and rich neutral eyeshadows, 6 mattes, 3 duochromes, and 3 metallic shades. Now, something that I noticed in here is that, of course, everything is, like they said, it is very jewel toned, deeper colors on the spectrum when you look at shades in general that you will find in eyeshadow palettes. In fact, I am not sure. I need to check. Like, I think people of lighter skin tones, like Caucasian skin and so on, the people who might purchase this might be people who really love these types of shades, or they want shades that's going to look a little bit more smoky on their skin tones. But I just think that this palette just screams melanin skin. Now, they do say that there are 6 matte shades in here. However, in some of the matte shades, I do see something that looks like a little bit of shimmer in it. I don't know if it's just like the top part of the shadow, or, you know, there are some shades, it is primarily matte, but there's like a little thing in it. So you can have like a little bit of variety in terms of how you use it. I do see that in some of these shades. I have to say that these shades are super pigmented, and one of the things that I noticed with this compared to the older ABH formulas that we were accustomed to, like let's say in the Renaissance palette for example, is that these are way less powdery. So I don't know if it is because that the shades are probably not as soft as that, and that is no indication as to the quality or how the shadows are going to perform. Some shadows are just softer, and therefore they tend to be a lot more powdery when you put your brush in. I remember with some of those older ABH palettes, like you put your brush in and there's shadow everywhere. You're not going to have that issue here. Yes, they are soft, but I find it's not as soft as that older formula. Now, I am wearing the palette today, and I specifically chose to do this look because one of the things I love about this palette that I realized when I got it is that there are like 3 main color stories that I see in this one palette, and 3 types of looks. I mean, this could go all how, but I mean in terms of the color selections and the color stories. So the look that I do have on my eyes is a more neutral look. And when you look at this here, immediately see the greens and the purples, and you're probably not thinking about neutral. But this palette is absolutely like an everyday friendly palette for melanin. Well, that's hoping that you do like a little bit of shimmer on your eyelids like I do. But of course, you could also get a green type look because there are shades like these 2 here, this green at the end, that will probably give you like a whole green look. And then of course, there are the plummy purpley shades that you find in the middle of the palette as well. And then this shade here, that is one of their duochrome shades as well. So I love the versatility of this palette. And because of that, I could see myself reaching for it quite often. This is the reason why I decided to do this video, because of course, a lot of times these palettes tend to go on sale, maybe because they're seasonal and so on. If you are somebody with a deeper complexion, you're my skin tone or even deeper, and you see this go on sale and this is something that you've been looking at and wondering about, I think it's a great palette for your collection. And if you get it on sale, I mean, that's going to be a deal. This is the next product we got, and this is the Bondi Boost Miracle Hair Mask, and this is a really nice jar. This is the full size, and I forgot to say that the palette alone was $55. The mask is $28, and I'm just going to read what the brand says about this mask. So it promises salon level deep conditioning, and it says treat your hair from where it grows with this weekly treatment hair mask. It's packed with oils like castor oil, argan oil, macadamia oil, jojoba oil, and they say it is the secret weapon to better hair days and helping you reach your hair goals. And you are supposed to use this in place of conditioner and leave it in your hair for 15 minutes after shampooing and then rinse out. So I have used this already. In fact, I used it yesterday as my conditioner, and I actually don't use products like this that much anymore in my hair care routine. I think because I've just gotten lazy. K18 takes all the work out of that. My 8-second hair mask takes the work out of like putting in products and leaving it into my hair really long. So this took effort because I wanted to make sure that I tried it to be able to tell you guys about it. And I will say, first of all, the scent is not like groundbreaking. You know, there are some hair products like when you smell, you're like, oh my god, yes, I want my hair to smell like this. It's nice, it's sweet. I can't figure out if it's like candy sweet. Yeah, it's kind of candy sweet, but I can't like put my hand on exactly what it smells like. And of course, that's not necessarily a scent that I would run to, but it's nice. It's not offensive or put-in, and it's not overly strong, because the truth is, after I rinse it out, I didn't smell in my hair. So I mean, that tells you. However, I think that when I used this, I used too much product. When I was putting it in, it felt so nice. I left it in for the 15 minutes. And when I was rinsing my hair, I'm like, oh my God, I think that I put too much because my hair was feeling a little bit heavier than usual, like heavier than when I use my other hair products, like my usual hair mask and so on. However, I would say after 15 minutes, my hair did feel really smooth. It felt like revived. I did get that really silky smooth feeling, but the thing is, I get that with my 8-second hair mask. So it's going to take some effort for me to like finish this because, you know, I have to wait 15 minutes and Sheri doesn't always have 15 minutes to use. However, one of the things I will say that I notice about this, and I think I can make a recommendation about it, is that I think this is going to be great for people with really thick, dry hair. So I often hear people in this category, especially when the hair is not just dry but very, very thick, or you have a lot of hair, that people say like when they buy these types of products, they feel like they don't get the amount of hydration necessary for their hair. And I feel like this really packs a punch because, like I said, I could use way less product in my hair. Even when I did my blow dry and so on, I felt that my hair felt a little bit heavier than it would have. Now, granted, I'm talking about heavy, and this is second day hair from using the mask. So it's not like heavy, like my hair is weighed down at all. It's just heavier than what I am accustomed to. And I could definitely tell the difference because of the deep level of hydration that I got from this product in my hair. The next product we got is this Sigma lip cream, and this is a full-size product, and this is $22 US. The shade I got is Dusty Rose, so this is what it looks like, and that's the shade that I'm actually wearing on my lips. It's pulling a little bit more peachy nude, and I think that's because of the liner that I wore it with. I also didn't put on like a full opaque layer of this all over my lips because I put on a darker, my usual dark brown liner, and then I put a little bit of this in the middle of my lips and I just kind of tap it and blend it out. So you can see what it looks like. It's looking like a more of a pigmented gloss kind of thing on my lips, and I have worn this for a few days already and I really do like the formula. So this is a hydrating lip product. It's not going to be sheer like a lip gloss. It does have a whole lot of pigment, but it's not going to have like the extreme longevity of like a regular matte lipstick that's not going to slip and slide around the lips because it's way less emollient. This does have so much pigment that I prefer to wear it like this because I feel like that shade full on my lips is never a shade that I would wear. I will definitely use it with liner. But I also find that this is a lovely dusty rose pink that is wearable on my skin tone. And I was so happy about that because they did have a couple different shades that they were put in the boxes. So I'm happy with the shade that I got. I've used the formula a few times. I really do like the formula. This is worth it for me, and this is a win in this box. This next product was the other thing after the ABH palette that I was really excited about because this is a toner from April Skin. Now, April Skin is a Korean skincare brand. And you all know I'm the Korean skincare queen. But I actually have never tried this brand. I've had quite a few products from this brand in my cart, just never bought it. So I was really happy as well to see it in the box. Again, this is a full-size product, and this is their Artemisia Rice Essence Toner. This has a retail value of $19 US. This product is said to be intensely hydrating. It has 80% of skin calming artemisia. It also contains rice bran water to soothe and quench dry, dehydrated skin. But you also know that rice also has brightening properties, and that's why it's used in a lot of Korean skincare. It has 4 types of hyaluronic acid. That's great because when we have different molecular weights, we can hit the skin from the surface as well as deeper levels as well. And this is also alcohol free, and it is recommended for dehydrated, dry, sensitized skin. And this came in such perfect time for me because I will probably talk a little bit more about this in my next video because I have been struggling with seborrheic dermatitis for the last 2 months, I should say, at least. And there's so many things that I have learned in that time because this is the longest that my flare stayed. And the last 2 to 3 weeks literally has been the worst. That's why you guys haven't been seeing me so much on camera because my face was like a whole pack of flaking mess. And of course, because of that, if you guys would have seen the video that I did on seborrheic dermatitis quite a while ago, when you have seborrheic dermatitis, especially when you have another flaking on the skin and that skin is being removed, you are going to have very sensitized areas of the face, and it feels like almost every single thing burns the skin. And I'm so happy because I tried this. This gave my skin such a great dose of hydration. It was one of those products that did not sting me, did not burn. It was comforting and calming, and I was just so happy to have it. I was so glad I also took the chance to try it because I do know that artemisia is one of those anti-inflammatory ingredients, and that's exactly what I need when I'm going through something like that. So this was really nice. I love the texture. Again, it is that mid-weight, a little bit more viscous type of texture. I love those type of toners because it really does double as an essence as well. But overall, I can understand why they said that this is for sensitized skin. I was actually going through it, and I can definitely say that this works, and I'm happy that I have it. The other 4 products from the box I actually didn't use, but I'm going to tell you guys why. So the first one is the M Cosmetics Soft Blur Velvet Lip Liner. This is what the box looks like. I got the shade Teddy. This is what the product looks like. And I'm going to insert a swatch because I did swatch this on my hand, and from the time I swatched it, I realized that this shade is a beautiful neutral shade, but it is going to be way too light for my skin tone. So I have sanitized it as well. And if anybody wants this, you're fairer than me and you think it's going to work for you, just let me know. Of course, you need to be living in Trinidad and Tobago to be able to collect it, right? Just let me know and I will send it to you. I'm sorry that I got this shade because I do know that they did have a couple of darker shades, but again, this is one of the things that could happen in a situation like this. The lip product and the lip liner that they were putting in the box, they had like multiple shades, and you would have just gotten like one of those shades. So I wasn't lucky to get a deeper shade, but I don't mind because everything else that I do love completely makes up for the value of the box in terms of the money that I spent. But yeah, this formula though, when I did put it on my hand to swatch it, felt really nice and creamy, the type of liner that I would actually use. So I think whoever gets this, so if somebody wants it at all, will probably really enjoy this. Next, we got this product from KVD Beauty. It is the full sleeve long and defined tubing mascara. Again, I was happy to get this. This is what the packaging looks like. A really nice black and gold, and it does have like some drawings of flowers and so on the packaging. I was happy to get this because within the last 2 years, I've really gotten into tubing mascaras. If I'm not wearing a waterproof mascara, I'm wearing a tubing mascara. It just works out best for me with my watery eyes, so that I'm not going to have mascara everywhere. When my eyes start to water, my sinuses start to act up and so on. And I love the way it removes. It's going to stay put on your eyes, and it's only when you apply warm water at the end of the day that's what's going to break it down. It's just going to completely just roll off your lashes without damaging it and so on. So I really love tubing mascaras. So I haven't tried this one. However, the pictures on the website, which they say are untouched, looks really, really nice. And the only reason why I haven't tried it is because I have quite a few mascaras open right now, and I'm on a drive right now to finish off a lot of the mascaras that I do have open. So when I do try this, like if it turns out to be something that I think is worth raving about, I will let you know. But the value of this is actually $25 US. There was a collaboration between Swirl and Sparkle with Trendmood, and this is actually in an all-natural vegan solid makeup brush cleanser, and they call this what? It has a toasted marshmallow scent. So this is what it looks like. It is this lovely like gel purpley color. I haven't used it yet, although I wanted to try to use it before this video, because if you all see the pile of makeup brushes that I need to wash, oh my god, it's good to have something like this because I love the size. It's cute. I was trying to find the value of this somewhere, but I couldn't find out. But yeah, I mean, it's not going to waste. I will get use out of this. And this last item is a mini, but this is actually a product that is sold. And the value of this is $8 US. This is by First Aid Beauty. And this is their anti-shave stick with shea butter and colloidal oatmeal. And they say that this is safe for sensitive skin. So this might be a little bit TMI, but for those of you who have issues like me, where, you know, you have issues with the legs touching and so on, or some of you probably have issues where that creates irritation and you want to have a little bit smoother glide, you know, us girls with a little bit more volume, if I want to put it like that, then shaving sticks is something that is actually quite popular and could help you with that friction. That's also important for hyperpigmentation that occurs between the legs, but we could talk about that some other time. But this is going to help reduce that friction and make walking and so on much easier. So I haven't used this. I haven't had reason to use it yet, but this is what it looks like, and I'm really glad for this little size because this is something that I could travel with, and next year I do plan to have quite a few trips, so I'm sure I'm going to be taking this with me. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's chill video where I went through the products that I got in my Trendmood box, my thoughts on them. When it comes down to brass tacks, as we say in Trinidad and Tobago, it was absolutely worth it for me. But again, I could have decided that because I had the preview and I knew exactly what I was getting. I knew what I was paying for. The good thing is that it exceeded my expectations because I had great expectations for the palette, but I fell in love with some other products in here that are complete wins for me. Let me know if you got this box or if you've been looking at Trendmood box, or are you guys still getting Ipsy and Boxy and FabFitFun and those other subscriptions? I'd love to hear about it down below. And don't forget, if you want to get that lip liner, let me know and I'll choose somebody and I will send it out to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned because my best of 2023 skincare series is going to be coming very soon. Take care guys. Bye.